what you gon' do every time I switch it up? Damn, I don't want no problem, but you gotta be ready if you gon' start.
Hey coconuts, and welcome back to another studio vlog. If this is your first time joining, my name's Andrea and I'm the I am the owner and artist behind Coco Michelle Illustrations, and it is Monday afternoon. If you don't believe me, need I say more? I have been really screwed up from the time zone change. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I just got back from Maui nearly a week ago. Actually, it's going on like 10 days, and I am still, my internal clock, she's not, she's still in Maui. So I just wrapped up doing some behind the scenes client work. I probably won't be able to show you what that looks like until the next vlog because I don't think it's gonna be out yet. But I've been working on that for the past week or so. This project has been moving really, really smoothly. So I'm kind of into that. It's like a mid-tier brand, right? So it's not necessarily a household name yet, but they're in like every major retailer. I actually owned their products before they reached out to me, so that's nice. I use their conditioner, hint hint, but it's not so huge that it takes forever. There's a bunch of sign-offs. It's really just kind of like a one-on-one interaction, and I'm getting the answers I need in a very timely manner, so love that for us. Today, let's see what we have to do. I know I have a lot of drawing to do. Just remember something important I have to do. There's like one of the major goals that I have on my list is coming to fruition, and it's coming into fruition in a different way than I envisioned. Not in a worse way, not in a better way, just a different way. And I'm trying to figure out how to navigate through how I'm feeling about it because it's not what I envisioned. When things pop up and they're different than how you envisioned it, you have to really make sure that you're staying grateful and continue to have that gratitude, even if it's showing up differently, because obviously there's a reason God is making it come differently than what you expected, because like obviously. But I'm trying to navigate that and like stay grateful. But what happens is if things are like kind of off to me, I start to kind of take my time. I'm not so quick to the draw. So I have to get this lady back some stuff, but I can't do that just yet because Bubakar's on the computer. So let's see what else we can do that's a little bit more my speed today. So I have to work on some thumbnails for my calendar for 2023. Did you hear what I said? We just came into 2022, but I'm already in winter 2023. You know why? Because there's not enough time. And I keep playing myself every year, and I said, this is not the year. I'm not doing it. It's chaotic. The energy is chaotic. I know I have to film some reels. I know I have to do like so many things. Everything has just been trying to get a handle of the schedule and the content creation process and getting a real feel for how long things take. So one of the things I struggle the most with is time and the perception of time. So I severely underestimate how long tasks take. I think this thing should only take this amount of time. It takes double that amount of time. Now I feel like I'm doing something wrong, or I feel like I'm not proficient in the task that I'm doing, which ultimately impacts your confidence and your ability to, you know, stay motivated to get things done. Whereas if you know that something is going to take you at least 3 hours, you won't feel bad when you get it done in 2.5. But if you're expecting it to take you 45 minutes to an hour and it takes you 3 hours, you're going to start getting frustrated. You're going to start feeling like you're not doing good enough. Lots of negative backlash from doing that. But I'm trying to chop things up into bite-sized pieces so that I can kind of do a little bit every day. And then at the end of the week, I'm like, wow, look at all these things I did. I'm so great. Also, I want to introduce you to a new member of my family. This is Majesty. You may know him because he is Monty's baby. And if you don't know who Monty is Sheena's Monstera plant. She gifted me a little propagated piece of him so I could plant my own. So Bubakar's been taking excellent care of him, and he is thriving. He just really makes me so happy, and I draw him all the time. So thank you, Sheena.
So, here we go.
Smells like apple cider vinegar. No, baby. Could I be anemic? Possibly, because the thermostat says it's 75 degrees and yet I'm freezing. So Bubacar's been packing all the orders because it's been a super light week. It's kind of like a funky time in between holiday and Valentine's Day. So we've had a few days, like 20 order days, but for the most part, it's been like 5 or 6 orders a day. So I haven't really had to get involved, but I've been doing a lot of drawing. And there's something about being an artist where if you feel like you're drawing too much, you're like, there's something else on fire that is not being tended to. But if you're not drawing enough, you're like, God, why did I quit my job to become an artist? I don't even get to draw. But that stuff that I told you about yesterday, I didn't do. I probably should do that. Editing Andrea, as you can see. I just wanted to confirm I still haven't done what I said I was gonna do. Thank you. So I got a microphone because I've been filming out here in my little dining nook area because my husband is printing and doing stuff. Like, that's pretty much his office at this point, and I work at the dining table. So I got a microphone. If it's good, I'll link it below. If not, you saw nothing. So since we did a ton of drawing in this video, I thought we could round it out with a little sit down discussion. So one thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit today is the arc of the Instagram artist. And it's something that I've been observing from my own personal experience, but also from my fellow creators and people that I follow that I don't necessarily know, but just watching the transition and the natural arc and trajectory of their Instagram career. Specifically Black creators, because I think that we all got scooped up into the same arc unbeknownst to us because of everything that happened in 2020. So it has been a little over a year and a half since the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement. For the first time in a very long time, Black creators had the world's undivided attention. It was remarkable. But I think one thing that we as Black creators all felt was this sense of impending doom. It was like everything was sitting perfectly in its place to the point where it was eerie. The emails with opportunities were just overflowing. The sales are off the charts. People were able to quit their job, take this platform and run with it and create something beautiful. For instance, Coco Michelle. Some people spiked so drastically they went from a very minimal platform to hundreds of thousands of followers in weeks. It was unprecedented times for Black creatives. Now me, with my naturally pessimistic tendencies, which I worked through with Kate, my therapist, the higher and faster my people go up is the harder and faster we will fall. So I was kind of cautious. But at the same time, I had this feeling of, I gotta get it while I can get it. I gotta get it while the taking is hot. This is the time for me to grab everything I can before the pickings are slim again. Trying to be grateful for slow and steady growth while also being seduced by this idea of being an overnight success. It's difficult and it's challenging, and it starts to change how you feel and how you look at the other creators around you. I don't want to be in a situation where my confidants become competitors and I'm looking at everyone around me in this digital community that we've created as somebody who could literally be taking food off of my plate. That's giving me Hunger Games, and I don't like that. What does a year and a half after Black Lives Matter look like as a Black creative? The drop-off has been so significant, so impactful, that I have seen people completely deplatform themselves. I think there's a small percentage of Black creatives who were able to create something sustainable, something substantial, impactful, and strong enough that could survive the impact of when everything crashed back down to normal. Right? Because Amplify Black Voices turned the volume all the way up. And I think we know history is cyclical. This is not the first time this has happened. This will not be the last time that it happens, but it always returns back to neutral, which is nearly silence. But even for those who were able to create a business model that was sustainable, there's a component of the psychological impact that made it almost unbearable for some creatives to create. I have so many people that I connected with on a deeper level who we have confided in each other with the way that Instagram makes us feel today. And there's no correlation to numbers. I see people who are still maintaining the same level of likes and views and engagement and offers and opportunities who are feeling this way. And then I see creators who have fallen completely out of the algorithm's favor. The opportunities have completely dried up and they've had to make choices to supplement the income that they are losing. And the sentiments are the same across the board. I have such mixed feelings about Instagram because I still enjoy the platform. I still enjoy creating content and connecting with my community because most of my community lives on Instagram. I've done a lot of work to diversify my audience, but it's a lot of work because I have over 120,000 sitting on Instagram and it's hard to migrate those people. So to just abandon that platform really just isn't something that I am considering or I would even think of as an option on today, but I'm definitely changing my approach. And if you have feelings of anxiety or you feel that Instagram is triggering depressive episodes in you, then I highly suggest that you take a step back and reanalyze. But if you are a creator and your main platform is Instagram, because I think Instagram is really the platform that is causing a lot of stress for creators, I want you to look at Instagram for what it is. It's a business. And ultimately, their goal is to keep users on the platform, and they are going to celebrate content that does that for them. You have an option to play the game or not. Doing whatever you want on Instagram may feel good, but it may not yield the results that you're looking for. Or you can take the emotion out of it and post the things that are going to get you the results that you want. For me, I've chosen a route of balance. I post things that feel good to me, that feel natural, things that I feel would be helpful for my community. And then there are things I post for reach and engagement specifically. And that's because I need that balance to feel good to show up on this platform. I use the different functions of Instagram to express myself as an individual and as a business. So I use my stories to post more of my thinking, more of my personality, whereas my feed post is probably more about getting reach and engagement. I've also kind of been flip-flopping in reels with dropping tutorials or advice videos, as well as just things that I know will get high engagement. And that balance works well for me because I need both. I need a way to be able to express myself as an individual, but I also need to, for business, be able to yield results that will be able to feed me and my family. But I've also given myself grace and allowed myself permission to not show up when I don't want to. So you might not see me for a day or two throughout the week because I have nothing to say. I have nothing to talk about and I'm not going to force it. And I think that's the balance and the boundaries that you need to put in place for yourself to be able to enjoy the platform again. There's the most beautiful bird I've ever seen just sitting on my porch. Please. Oh, every guru is going to tell you to use yourself as competition, which I 100% agree. Looking introspectively will always do you more good than trying to compete with the highlight reel of someone else's life that you don't even know. But we also have to realize that 2020 was a once in a lifetime scenario that none of us had any control over and that will not happen again by design. You cannot recreate 2020 to get those same results. We don't want to recreate 2020 to get those same results. But if you're using you in June 2020, the platform as a Black creator that you were getting at that time was unprecedented and cannot be replicated in 2022. And I'm not asking anybody to bring back the tragedies and the trauma of 2020 so that I can get my engagement back up. But do not set yourself up for disappointment and failure by using your 2020 metrics as a gauge to how you're performing today. Reconnect with your audience. Figure out what they expect from you, what they're looking for, what their needs are, what they're passionate about. Share things that you find entertaining, educational, inspirational. But you still got the sauce, sis. Don't let the numbers today make you feel like you're less than. You still got the sauce. Do some reflecting, figure out what your audience wants, and pivot. You got this. But if you guys have anything that you want to add to the conversation, definitely leave that in the comments down below. And if you have any topics you want me to discuss in next week's vlog, definitely drop that down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, or even better, subscribing, and I will see you next week. I've been on a roll, so give me a little yellow heart in the comments for that too.